Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Blake O'Rulian, host of The Scoreboard. It is December 7th, 2021, and that means that we are right in the middle of basketball season. So coming up in today's show, we've got a whole lot of basketball to talk about, specifically girls basketball. Brigham Harris went down to the Park City High School gym to talk to three of the seniors about the beginning of this season. They are 3-0 right now, looking to go 4-0, and currently they are off to their best start in over 2 decades. Right after that, we're going to be talking to the head coach of the Wasatch girls basketball team. It's her first season as head coach there, so we wanted to get to know her a little bit better. But before all of that, let's talk about what's going on this week in sports in the Summit and Wasatch counties. Let's kick things off with what is going on here in Park City. No game tonight for the boys basketball team. They will resume play on Friday against Logan at 7 p.m. This boys team is off to a great start, kicking off the season 2-0 for the first time since 2014, and a win Friday could give them their best start since the 2010-2011 season. Girls basketball is off to an even more impressive start, sitting at 3-0. A win tonight against Stansbury will bump them to 4-0, which would be their best start in over 20 years. Let's step off the court and onto the mat. Varsity Wrestling competes Thursday night against Murray at 6:30, and despite their season opener loss, the Park City Wrestling team holds some great talent at the top, including the #1 ranked Stone Combs. And lastly, for Park City, the swim team competes against Skyline High School Wednesday at 3:30, where they will look to build on their successes from this past week's Park City Swimvitational. Jumping over to North Summit Sports, we've got boys basketball facing the Enterprise Wolves Friday at 5:30. Enterprise is sitting pretty with a 4-0 record coming into Friday, but keep an eye out for Trey Pace. Pace is averaging over 20 points per game, including a 35-point outing just a few weeks ago. As for the girls, they will be spending the weekend at the Preston tournament from Thursday until Saturday. Wrestling will be competing against Ben Lomond on Thursday and then compete in the Juab Winter Classic Friday and Saturday. And then for swim, they will be going up against South Summit Thursday at 3:30. Headed down south to South Summit, we've got boys basketball at Millard tonight at 7 p.m. looking to smooth out their 1-2 record. Girls basketball plays Thursday at South Summit at 7 against American Leadership Eagles. The Wildcats looking to bounce back following a pair of losses to Duchesne and Kanab. Then following the Salem Hills tournament, South Summit Wrestling is taking on Ogden tonight. JV is competing right now, and varsity will be following at 7 p.m. As for swim, the Wildcats will be at Ben Lamont tonight and then North Summit on Thursday. And last but not least, the Wasatch Wasps boys basketball team is looking for their first win of the season tonight against the Harriman Mustangs, who are also looking for their first win of the season. Someone's O has got to go, and tip-off begins at 7 p.m. Speaking of winning, Wasatch girls are looking to jump back into the win column tonight at 7 p.m. against the Timp View Thunderbirds. That's all for this week in sports. We will be right back.
The Scoreboard is proudly sponsored by Andrea Cox Mortgage. Welcome to First Rate Mortgage.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me on my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
I never felt happy. I was just always down, always miserable.
I've suffered from depression probably most of my life.
And then somehow we came across Dr. Melissa.
I'm so excited to get started with Jordan and see if we can bring her some additional relief that she's been struggling to find for so many years.
TMS treatment has helped me tremendously with my depression.
My mom did TMS, and she's definitely been a different person since.
TMS is a non-invasive treatment that treats specific regions of the brain involved in mood, anxiety, and thinking abilities.
I'm really excited to pursue TMS, to continue treatments with Dr. Melissa.
Contact our office to learn more and find out if TMS is right for you.
She saved both of us. I really credit her to saving our lives. For that, I'll always be grateful.
Welcome back to The Scoreboard. I am Blake O'Rulian. Now, as we talked about earlier in the show, the Park City girls basketball team is off to their best start in over 20 years. With that being said, we had Brigham Harris go over to the school to talk to three of their seniors about this season, how to maintain their record, how to continue to get better, how they are working as a team and as a unit. And with that, let's take it out over to Brick.
Hey everybody, I'm Brigham Harris, and I'm here with some of the starters and seniors for the Park City Miners girls basketball team.
My name's Kathleen Whiteley. I'm number 12, and I'm a forward.
My name's Josie Killen. I'm number 2, and I'm a guard.
My name's Olivia Miller. I'm a guard, and my number is 3.
Let's talk a little bit about the season, right? You guys are 3-0 for the first time, like I said, in a while. First reaction, how do you feel being 3-0?
It was weird. When we won our first game, I was like, what's happening?
It's a little surprising, but it's like super exciting.
Yeah.
Like super exciting.
Yeah, I'd say it's super fun because we all have like fun energy going into our games, knowing that like we have a chance and we're trying our hardest. So.
It's just different. I mean, we won 2 games last year, both pre and in season.
Like in all.
Yeah, in all, the whole season.
Yeah.
That was it.
And now we have 3 in just the preseason. So.
Well, you guys are off to a really good start. Do you feel like crowds have been getting bigger every game?
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
We have like more of our school coming too. We didn't really have anyone from our school coming.
Yeah.
So student
Last year,
section is starting to show out.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Nice. What would it mean to you guys to go 4-0? I know you guys play Tuesday of this week. You play Stansbury, who fortunately is not having the greatest start. What would it mean to get a 4th win under your belt in such rapid succession?
It'd be crazy. I'd be amazing.
Like crazy.
Yeah, it'd just be like overwhelming a little bit because we just like usually never win a ton of games, so it'd just be super exciting.
Well, I don't want anyone to be surprised. You guys are obviously top tier athletes of the school, and this is a good team. You guys are all seniors. You've all played with each other for a while. What though do you think is the change? Like, why such a hot start all of a sudden?
I think we have better team bonding than we usually do. We're all really close to each other, like on the basketball court. We see each other in school, we'll say hi, stuff like that. But in the past years, I haven't ever really noticed that before.
Okay. What about you guys?
We have like a good core 5 that we start with, and we're all like, we like know that we're all gonna come to the ball, and we all like we just have a good trust in each other. I think makes it easier.
I was gonna say a lot of trust too, but yeah, especially in practice, we all like try and make sure we sort of get together with everyone and make sure we're all on the same page with everything we go through.
How do you guys feel like the coaching is? I mean, you guys went through a coaching change 4 or 5 years ago, I believe. So how do you feel like you're bonding with your head coach?
It took a little bit, but he's gotten a lot better. He used to coach boys, so it's a big difference in coaching girls. But he's definitely learned a lot, and he's a very good coach now.
Ladies, it's great to have a undefeated start. But the best thing to do is to keep that momentum going. So what do you feel like you guys need to do to make sure it's not just a 3-0 start, it's more of a really great season?
I feel like we just don't have to get full of ourselves. Like, I know we haven't won a lot, and it's a lot, and it's really nice that we're winning. But if we just let it get to our heads, we're just going to lose it all, in my opinion.
And with our how we've been the past couple of years, usually someone gets injured. So we're going to have some of our younger girls come up, probably play a little more. So I feel like getting them in to practice a little bit more and into our drills.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the rest of your guys' season. We kind of hit on what you guys would need to do to keep this momentum going, but maybe talk about some goals that you guys have, both individually and as a team.
I need to get more rebounds, I think, personally in a game.
That's mine too.
But yeah.
Mine's weak side rebounds as well, because I know I'm on the weak side most of the time when I'm in our defensive thing. So I need to box out definitely more.
Okay, I'm getting a physicality vibe over here.
I would say definitely shoot more because sometimes I hesitate or I take a shot and I miss and then I just I don't shoot the rest of the game because I just get nervous. So definitely put up more shots.
And as a team, I think we just need to be more confident in ourselves because a lot of our players aren't the most confident when it comes to shooting and driving and boxing out kind of stuff. So I think if we get better at that, then we'll be a way better team than we already are.
Well, that probably comes with a 4-0 start too, right? You go 4-0, you go 5-0, 6-0, you start gaining a whole lot more confidence. Let's talk a little bit about this next game you guys have coming up. A pretty big week. Like we all know, 3-0 is the start, but you've got Stansbury Tuesday night. Tell me a little bit about the scouting you guys have done so far.
So I watched their past game with Tooele, who was the team we just played, and they do have a couple, one big post player that makes a lot of shots from inside the paint.
So on the defensive side, what are you guys going to do as a game plan? Seniors, leaders of the team, what's part of the game plan going into tomorrow?
Well, it depends on where she's positioned. So we've been having kind of a hard time with our high post, who's getting it and where the transition through that. So that's going to have to be something we work on, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely say communication, because on defense, I feel like that's the one thing we try and focus on the most, because we mainly play a 2-3 zone, so we have to sort of talk because we have to shift and we're not on a single player the whole time. So I say communication is definitely a big thing that we need to keep working on. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Brigham. Again, girls Park City basketball plays tonight against Stansbury, looking to go 4-0 for the first time in a very long time. And with that, we'll be right back.
Join the Salt Lake City Mission's Season of Hope. We are preparing to feed the hungry and homeless this holiday season. Help us collect the large amount of food, clothing, blankets, and hygiene products we need to make a difference in lives of people in need. You can help by donating frozen turkeys, ham, roast, holiday food items, new and used winter clothes and shoes, blankets, children's toys, men and women's hygiene items, and household goods. Donate now at saltlakeCityMission.org.
Hi guys, I'm Janet the Dairy King. We're famous here for our ice cream. We have 84 different kinds of shapes. We also have some amazing food. So come and try our chicken strips, our fish and chips dinners, our burgers, our fries, our sweet potato fries. Oh my gosh, we've got so much. Once you go over to the Heber Valley Railroad and ride their train, then of course you have to come here and see all of our trains. Our family's serving your family since 1946. We hope to see you soon here at the Dairy King.
Do you want to see your video content on TV? Here's the chance. You put your best into your accomplishments, and now Athlete Exchange gives you the opportunity to showcase your talent. Take the next step. Assemble your best video content and contact us to discuss the potential. Promote your brand locally and beyond. And if we like it, we'll broadcast it. For more information, contact us at our sister station, Park City Television, at athleteexchange@parkcity.tv, or call 435-649-0045.
Welcome back to the Scoreboard. I'm Blake O'Rulian. Now we're going to move away from Park City High School and we're going to move over to Wasatch, where we have an interview with Audrey Hull. Hull is in her first season as the Wasatch girls basketball head coach. Brent Martindale was able to sit down with her and talk to her about what she wants to implement, what she wants to do as a new head coach, and how she plans to be successful as the head coach.
And hi, everyone. It is such a pleasure for me to be able to be with new head girls basketball coach, Audrey Hull at Wasatch High School. Coach, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations on this brand new season upcoming.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to talking about our year.
So let's get right into this. Before we talk about your team and before we talk about the season, we want to get to know Audrey Hull. Tell us just a little bit about you, your playing experience, coaching experience of multiple sports, I'm sure. Tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Kentucky. It's the UK.
Right.
And it's a big basketball state. A lot of people, if they don't have a hoop in their driveway, they've got one on the street. And so there's always access to basketball there. And I grew up playing basketball, and I played high school at Clark County in Kentucky. And I played for a renowned coach in the state of Kentucky, and played for a really strong high school team. We were a small school, but we went really far to state finals. And in Kentucky, it's one championship per state. It's not divided into divisions. So it's really a great honor when you get to go to state. It's a huge deal. And from high school, I went to Ricks College. I kind of hate to tell that because that shows my age when I talk about Ricks College, and Idaho State from there. And I just fell in love with coaching when I was at Idaho State. I became a PE major and just loved coaching basketball, and it all kind of began there. I coached in Kentucky for 2 years before I came out west. Got the job teaching at Wasatch High School and started coaching with Roger Piper, who's pretty renowned in the state of of just having high quality basketball programs. Got to learn a lot from him. Coach with the boys. I coached with Coach Magnuson, where we won some state championships as well. And then I've kind of been back and forth between the boys and girls programs coaching, and just have loved coaching and learned a lot from all the coaches I've coached with. And finally, I guess the time was right for me to try my hand at head coaching. So here I am, and hoping to do a good job there.
And you know, I know you've coached other sports as well, so I know you've had your hands in many things. Golf, tennis, correct?
Yes.
Anything beyond that as
Swimming.
well? Swimming. Wow. Okay. Well, obviously, your experience coming into Wasatch is going to be much needed and much anticipated. Norm Hader, the previous coach, had some very successful years, and as you mentioned, it's just a great time for a new change. And so let's talk a little bit about the team a little bit. I know you had a week or two now almost with some practices. You're coming off of a season that was 9-12 overall and 7-7 in a really tough region last year. So, you know, tell us how it's going and how the team's looking. And I know it's hard to tell until you've played some games, but what is it looking like for you?
Well, you know, when you bring in a new coach, it's somewhat challenging because I'm bringing in a new system as well.
Right.
So I have 6 returning seniors.
Okay.
And so now a system they've been in year after year after year is now changed for them. And so I'm very fortunate. I'm so impressed with how smart they are and how quick they pick up things. That's been super helpful with trying to change the system a little bit and what they're normally used to. And they've been real receptive to what we're teaching them and picking it up really quick. And I'm nervous, like, for the first game because we're putting in so much new stuff, but
right.
I'm excited too. I think they're excited to just try something different. And hopefully, if any team can pick up new stuff and come along, it's these guys for sure.
Well, you know, having that type of a junior class coming into seniors is probably quite comforting to you. It's nervous enough, I'm sure, but having that is probably really helpful. So, well, and I know, again, you're just starting, but what's a younger class also looking like? You have some young kids that may contribute as well?
Yeah, we feel our junior class is really strong. So we've got some good backing to our varsity squad. And we have a really strong sophomore and a couple freshmen that may even sees the varsity floor. We don't know quite yet, but they're impressing us with what we're seeing. So we're pretty excited for what we have coming in the program. And I'm just excited for what we have now in the program. Like to have 6 returning seniors, athletic, smart, and really good friends with one another.
Good.
Hopefully, we're hoping to be successful in that.
Well, and looking at that, your November 23rd is the first game. You're on the road at Cypress.
Yes.
And then finally a home game, it looks like, around the 24th. All of these preseason games, none of them region games yet. Region looks like that will not start mainly until January. But a lot of different competition up until that point. So yeah, you're going to end up going through the ringer quite a bit with these kids. And so tell us just a little bit about what you know. And again, I know you may not feel 100% comfortable yet, but what you know about this new region that you're in. It's not new, but it's a little different than it's been in the past. Tell me what you know about them.
Well, I know we're in a really tough region.
Yeah.
A lot of good teams in this region. Matter of fact, Springville won it last year from our region.
Right.
And then Maple Mountain, I know, is always strong.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm excited to have a preseason so that we get lined out and ready to go when we get to region. So
Right.
I'm excited. The girls know they're in a tough region, and we're just trying to prepare for it.
Well, in our last minute here, just knowing, going over some of the things that we've chatted about with you, what type of things can we expect to see that you will be teaching the team? I'm not trying to have you give away hints of your offense or defense. What type of things do you like the most that you like to use and that you'll adapt with these new players?
Well, I'm trying to use offenses where the kids are more in control of their own destiny so that they can read defenses and react to what they're seeing happen on the court. I love switching up defenses. I take a lot of pride in my team's defenses, and hopefully I'm hoping that as we work things out, that people are gonna enjoy our games, that they'll be exciting and intense, and a lot of up and down, I'm hoping.
Well, Audrey Hull, the new girls basketball coach at Wasatch High School, and we should introduce Junior as well, right there with you, your companion. So Audrey, we thank you so much for joining us here. We wish you the best of luck with this new season and this new adventure for you. And we will hope to get to know you more and your players as we go along. We'll make sure we set up a couple of meetings that we can get updates with you. So best of luck with you in this season.
Oh, thank you. We'll take the luck and appreciate the time, and look forward to giving you some more info later down the road. So
okay. Audrey Hull, thank you once again for joining us, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much, Brent. Really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching tonight. Again, the Wasatch Wasps play tonight against the Timpview Thunderbirds at 7 p.m. And with that, we will see you on Friday.